What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video today on the channel. I hope you guys are doing well. This one, I want to make it a cut commentary just because it makes or gives me less time, or no, it's quicker for me to edit in short amount of time. But I feel like with the topic that I wanted to talk about today, I wouldn't be able to get the message across. But really, if you guys haven't really been following me on social media, if you guys didn't see my last video, you guys know I've had a pretty rough week. I don't know why. Probably just like the season or whatnot. I'll get more into it. But before I do so, I've been looking at the numbers. I've told myself I'm not going to look at the YouTube numbers. I'm not going to look at my growth or whatever the case may be, just because I don't want to let that get to me. And I let it get to me, trying to deal with it, trying to get over it. But I did see one thing, and I'm not trying to call anyone out on this. A lot of the people who watch my videos aren't subscribed. So if you are subscribed, or I'm sorry, if you're not subscribed, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, follow me on Twitter, social media, all that stuff, show your support, because, you know, if you're here, you might as well help me out. I'm not saying you have to. I'd appreciate it if you would. I'm not begging you to hit that like button or anything like that, but it would be nice. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully that subscribe number can go up, and by the next time I decide to look at the numbers. But yeah, so today, what I want to talk about specifically is how I deal with all of my struggles. And I use the word struggles as like a generalization of like anxiety, depression, mental illness, seasonal depression, seasonal anxiety, whatever you want to call it. There's like different terms and different, words for it and whatnot. And to be completely honest with you guys, I just kind of deal with it day by day. I don't do a lot of things that I should be doing to help myself out, to help deal with it. But it's a tricky subject, because the thing is, before this week, today's Friday, before the beginning of the week, I was perfectly fine. I felt great. I felt happy and whatnot. And I don't really know what it, well, I do know what it was. I just don't really feel like talking about it into detail. But this whole week, it's just been like an off week for me. I haven't felt good about myself. I haven't been able to get a lot of sleep. I enjoy playing Blackout with some friends at night, but my games have all been terrible. My multiplayer games have been terrible as well. This gameplay in the background that you're watching might be terrible, just because I'm trying to work with snipers now instead of actual like assault rifles and submachine guns and light machine guns. I want to switch it up. So this gameplay might be terrible. I don't care. I'm trying to switch it up a little bit, have more fun with Black Ops 4. And like I just mentioned, the things that I enjoy doing, they haven't really been that much fun for me. Blackout's not that fun for me because I keep losing like early on, and it pisses me off during the game. Not right now, like thinking about it, just like when it happens, it pisses me off. My workouts for the past like week and a half, maybe even 2 weeks tops, haven't really been so well. I've just been going and just half-assing my workouts. I've lost motivation, and it might just be because I'm not really working towards anything fitness-wise. It might just be because it's like, quote, bulking season, and I don't feel good about myself that I'm gaining weight and whatnot. It could be a lot of things, to be completely honest. But as someone who deals with, mental illness, for a while now, on and off like this, you never really know what's the problem. And that sounds scary, that sounds bad, but the thing is, the biggest step is realizing that you're not good. As in, like, for me, I know that this week has not been good. I haven't been mentally okay all week. So the first step obviously is admitting to it. The next step is just trying to get over that and change it. I've reached out to some people, for advice, for help. I've even tweeted out to you guys as well, just to like interact with you guys a little bit, because that's always fun on Twitter. And people have even reached out to me as well. I'm not going to name drop or nothing like that, but my friend's sister, he reached out to me saying his sister deals with the same thing. What do I do? And so I just thought that instead of just, talking to one person about this, I could talk to all of you guys, because it is the season of seasonal depression and seasonal anxiety. And if you guys don't know what that is, if you guys don't deal with it, this might, shed some light on, maybe if you have a friend that deals with it, might open your eyes to what I go through, what your friend might go through, whatever. But first off, let me just say this: I'm not a doctor, I'm not certified or anything. This is just kind of like my explanation based on my experiences with what's been going on. But seasonal depression is when, don't ask me why, because I don't know why this happens, I don't know how this works, but it's when the colder seasons, if you will, or the darker seasons, and I say darker because, and I'll get into it in a second, but it's around that time of the year where like the symptoms or the signs or the emotions of like anxiety, depression, all that stuff kind of, I don't want to say get worse, but they increase. And to be completely honest, I don't know why. I could have an amazing Thanksgiving, an amazing Christmas, and here and there I would always feel bad. And the reason why I said, when the times get darker, it's just because like, the leaf starts to die, the nights get longer, the nights are colder and whatnot. It's kind of like a weird feeling that for me personally, it triggers it. I'm sure that's like maybe a general definition of seasonal depression and seasonal anxiety. But how I deal with it, really, like I just said earlier, but let me just preface by saying this: what works for me might not work for you. What works for you might not work for me. I've tried taking medication. I've tried going to therapy. Medication just made me feel like a robot. It did work at first, but then after a while, I just felt almost emotionless. I couldn't, give my 100% of emotion to something. If I was having fun, if I was having a bad time, it would help with the bad times, obviously. But when I was having fun, I would always feel like my emotions were being held back, and I did not like that. I want to be able to kind of like get that intact, if you will. So I would always feel like a robot. I would always feel like just like a vessel almost being held back all the time. I've tried therapy. I don't know if it was just like the therapist specifically or if it was a location, or whatever the case may be, or even my state of mind at the time, I just did not feel comfortable talking to a professional. And to be completely honest, I don't feel comfortable sometimes talking with my own friends as well. I don't know why. Yesterday I mentioned in the video that people would hit me up and text me saying, hey, how are you? How are things going? And sometimes I would just bullshit and say, I'm good, just keeping busy. I hope you're doing well or whatever. Other times I just straight up won't answer because both those responses in general would just kind of in the background just say, I'm not good. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to get into it. Some people, they push for me to talk, and that makes me feel super uncomfortable and just makes me push them away almost, because if I don't feel comfortable doing something, if I don't feel comfortable talking or going out or hanging out or whatever, it has nothing to do with you. Well, it might, depending on how hard you push, it might do with you, but majority of the time it might just deal with me. If you keep asking me to hang out and I don't feel good, I don't feel comfortable right now, or I just feel like anxious all the time or depressed and I don't want to go out, let me have my time. Let me get through this. I'm not always gonna have friends around. People come and go into our lives. That's gonna happen. People die. That's inevitable. You know what I mean? So, in general, not everyone's gonna be around all the time, and so I just want to be able to learn how to handle this on my own. Other people, they have the resources. They have great friends. They are open to talking to people and whatnot. I am just, I don't want to say alone, but I just want to learn how to handle this on my own, if that makes sense. And to be honest, I may never learn how to do that. I've been dealing with this type of thing for about 4 or 5 years now, to different extremes, to different levels, different degrees and whatnot. And so dealing with this might just be a lifelong thing. It might get better and it might go away. It might get worse to the point where, God forbid, I'd have to go to the hospital again. Which happened, it didn't happen recently. I didn't go to the hospital recently. I've been to the hospital because of this, and there's nothing wrong with that. If you guys are like feeling guilty about how you're feeling about this, if you guys are sad that you're feeling this way or whatever the case may be, however you feel because of your feeling this, it's okay. It's okay to not be okay. Sometimes I forget that, even to myself. Sometimes I give great advice on this topic because I've been through it myself. I know friends who have been through it as well, and I always like to help people, whether you're listening, whether you have questions about this or whatever. I'm always open to helping you guys out. But at the end of the day, even if I give terrible advice, one, don't listen to my terrible advice. Don't take it. But two, it's okay to not be okay. I've been quote not okay for about a week now. Things have kind of come up that make me feel a little bit better. Last night I probably got the best sleep I've gotten all week. I slept through the night like a rock. The Avengers trailer for Endgame came out this morning, and it comes out on my birthday. Well, not my birthday, but like my birth month. It comes out in April, and I was born in April. If it comes out on the 21st, oh, I know what I'm doing for my birthday. So, I mean, but just the trailer dropping, I'm excited for. Dragon Ball Super Broly, more and more stuff keeps coming out for it, and I'm just getting excited. So like I'm trying to find the little things in life that make me happy like that, and kind of just going off of that. So that way, hopefully, I can get out of this rut, I can get out of this funk, and I recommend you guys do the same thing. Find whatever little things here and there make you happy, and just capitalize on it, and just grab it by the horns, and just take it with you. You know what I mean? Just hold on to it until you're out of the rut, until you're out of that hole, until you feel like you're back to where you want to be. You know what I mean? And a week-long thing like this for me, I can feel myself getting out of that hole, if you will. Like a week-long hole, it's honestly like the smallest hole, or the not so deepest hole. What's the opposite of deep? I don't know, but like it's the smallest hole that I've been in, and I can already feel myself getting out of it, which I guess might be a sign that I'm getting better at this. But other people might have been in a hole for a month, 2 months, for a year, and I've been there. You know, I've been in a hole for an extended period of time, and it took me a while to get out of it. It took me forever to get out of it. I'm not gonna lie, but it is possible. Just keep going on, just keep climbing, keep fighting, and you'll get there one day. Like I said, just find things that make you happy. You know, if you can, talk to someone, look into treatments, as in like medication, therapy, whatever the case may be. Again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not saying you should go on meds, you should go see a therapist. It's not for everyone, like I said, but just because it didn't work for me doesn't mean it's not going to work for you. So this video was a bit of a deeper one, just because I felt like talking about it. I felt like getting things off my chest like this. Hopefully, you know, someone else who's going through something similar sees this or listens to this, and just, you know, takes something away from it via my experience or whatever. But yeah, if you guys, the typical YouTube outro, you know, if this video helps you in any way, shape, or form, make sure you guys drop a like. Like I said, if you're new to the channel, if you hit that subscribe button, feel free to do so. I would appreciate that. And I will see you guys on Monday. I always take the weekends off of videos so I can kind of do my own thing. I also work a lot more hours as well on the weekend, so it's harder for me. But hopefully on Monday, I'll feel better. I'll do a more uplifting video, more happy video. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.